So, good evening, all. Most of you know me. This is Ramesh Mekla. So, I'm a trainer, teacher for most of you, right? Apart from that, I'm a database architect holding close to 20 years of experience, right? So, I've been delivering trainings. I've coached many of you, assisted many of you to get into DBA career from last 12 years, 13 years. I'm into this role. Many people, right? Many people who are here, right? Directly or indirectly, they got uh, support or assistance from my help from my end, and they are into the DBA role today, right? So that is the background, right? So we have been delivering these trainings for past more than a decade, and many people are working as a DBAs. Now the market is evolving so dynamically and drastically, right? So dynamically and drastically. With the AI into the market, right? Now everywhere people are talking AI. If you go to any database related conference or workshop, then database people are talking more about AI. Yesterday, one of my colleagues attended MongoDB conference in Mumbai, right? So where the CTOs and CIOs and many higher level technical people attended that conference. Than talking more about Mongo, they're talking more about how to integrate AI with Mongo and how to make their applications more efficient, right? So that is the era we are in. That is the trend right now in the market, right? So that is where I just wanted to give a free community session to wake you up, right? To wake you up, to be prepared for what is coming on your way. As a DBA, if you say that I want to continue as a SQL DBA doing installations, taking backup, creating logins, right, configuring high availability, that Jamana is over, right? That Jamana is over. We have in fact entered into the next phase of a DBA career or DBA role. The traditional DBAs are going to become absolute or a legacy. So it is kind of a two words you need to remember or you need to keep in your mind. One, legacy DBA, who will be thinking that I have my job, I'm working as a SQL DBA and I'm getting my paycheck every month. Okay, I'm surviving, right? So second category of DBA who wants to transform your DBA role into next gen, right? So today maybe you are safe in your job, right? Most of you are working in a service-based organization. If this project is completed, if there is no project for SQL DBA, right? The question comes to you, right? What other technologies you know, right? What other technologies you know? If you say no, from past 10 years I'm working as a SQL DBA, I have very strong experience in SQL DBA. I want only SQL DBA projects. You are replaceable. Then say bye-bye, right? So that is the situation we are in. So you need to keep on learning, keep on upgrading yourself, right? Up to the market, whatever the new things coming into the market. So that is where today I thought of giving a community session to all of you to give a little overview about what is the current DBA role now, what will be the next phase of our next generation DBA role. What you are doing today as a legacy DBA, what will be your roles and responsibilities tomorrow as a next gen DBA, right? I have a small slide back to walk you through. I'm sharing my screen. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me open my slide back. Yes, there we go. So this is the topic, DBA versus AI. What is the full form of AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, very good. Let us make this interactive, right? I don't want to go silo because this is not a kind of a subject which you need to remember. It is a message, correct? So let us have this more interactive, right? So AI, artificial intelligence. So what is the next to this AI? Artificial intelligence. Okay. AI, and what is the buzzword? After AI, there is one more buzzword about AI.
Generative AI.
ML, machine learning.
Huh? Machine learning. No, machine learning is part of AI. But AI, what is the extension of AI? Next version of AI?
Generative AI.
Or Gen AI. Anybody want to talk about what is the difference between AI and Gen AI? Any example? Anybody want to say this is example of AI and this is example of Gen AI? So you will call a bank call center, right? So you want to talk to, there is some query about your credit card bill. You want to talk to customer care, as it's a bank or a Citibank or any other bank, right? So you will dial your customer care number and you will be hearing some options, right? Like press 1 for English, press 2 for Hindi, press 3 for Telugu. If you press 1 English, then account related press 1 and credit card related press 2. So again, blah, 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 right? So this is basically AI. It is a fixed prompts are feeded, and when you make a call to that number, you'll be getting those responses, right? And when you go to generative AI, right? So this is more advanced. So they are building a generative AI system to think and respond like a human, like the way we both are talking, right? Let me pick up one Ajay, right? Like the way I and Ajay talk, right? Hey Ajay, how are you, right? And he say, hi Ramesh, I'm good. How about you, right? I say like, what's going on? Where are you working? What are you working, right? It is a normal conversation, right? It will basically add the human sentiment, right? And it will contextualize your ask, and accordingly it will give you the response. Correct? Understood?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. It creates a new things like
Yes. It is an open discussion. Anybody want to add anything, they can.
Yeah.
Vikram,
Yeah. Okay, sir. Got it.
you want to add something?
No. I don't want to add anything. Just only I am telling to that it creates a new things like that. Gen AI.
Fine. Yeah. Thanks. So, and one more question, right? So, how many of you are using, right? Say you are working as a DBA, you got a problem, right? What is the traditional method of troubleshooting that error? You got some error. You have no clue about that error. What is your next step? What you will do immediately? You are alone in a shift. You are a L2 DBA. There is a ticket. That issue you are seeing first time. You don't have any clue about that issue. What you will do first?
Go to Google and look for it.
ChatGPT or Google.
Google. Right? Google. Any other options?
ChatGPT.
Since if somebody is using Google, I call them as a legacy. If somebody is using ChatGPT, I can say they are looking forward next gen. Correct?
Yes.
So what is the difference?
Copilot also is a now again.
Sorry?
Copilot.
Anything, right? Google versus all AI, Gen AI, Copilot, Gemini, ChatGPT, DeepSeek. There are many, right? Anything, right? In some organizations, ChatGPT is not allowed. In some organizations, Copilot anyway it will be available for most of the organizations, right? ChatGPT is sometimes not allowed, right? And so what is the difference in getting the results when you search in Google or when you search in ChatGPT?
difference between ChatGPT.
ChatGPT will give more information, sir. Actually, more
Precise
than
information rather than Google.
Yeah, more relevant results, right? Say, if I go for, if I search for, you can try after this session, right? Go to Google, search for restaurants, a good restaurant in maybe Kukatpalli or Banjara Hills or Jubilee Hills. Search, right, in Google and search in ChatGPT, right? You can add your requirement more precise. So Google basically gives you all the results randomly. It will not give semantic search, or it will not do semantic search. It will not do sentiment search, right? It will not search the radius, right? Where you are in, right? What area you are searching for. All those things Google will not provide. But if you go to this ChatGPT, DeepSeek, all this thing, right? It will give you more relevant results for you. Okay? So that is not our story today, but yeah, anyway, just wanted to give. So now our story is, our basically main context is DBA versus AI. So what do you think? So will DBAs go? DBA role will be vanished, or DBA role will be continued? What will be the future of us?
People who have knowledge on this Gen AI, maybe they are replaced with people who do not have.
Excellent, Shana. Anybody else?
Also, in the upcoming days, there would be AI agents. So in that scenario, if they are installed, then they can replace the DBAs, because they would be using the specific information that is being taken from the DBAs, from the ChatGPT or the Copilot we have. So yes, they can replace directly.
Two answers. One is yes, replaceable. Other option is legacy DBAs will be replaced with the next gen DBAs. Right? That is response from Shanu. And Vivek is telling, yes, it is replaceable because yes, many AI agents are coming into the picture. So they will take care of our DBA role. Anybody else? Okay. Let's get into the next slide. Yes, Ted?
DBA role will change in future. It's not only with the standard DBA.
Will be there.
Yes.
Role will change. Okay. Okay. So let me move on to the next slide. So out of 78, 80 people, only 2-3 people are responding. Try to make the session more interactive so that it is an encouragement for me to conduct more this kind of sessions to the community. Right? Yeah, same question. Will AI replace SQL DBS, or AI transform SQL DBS to next level? It is question everywhere, correct? Many people are thinking, that's the reason I have put different formats of question marks, right? Will AI replace SQL DBS? See, the context is not only SQL DBS. As in my community, I have many SQL DBS. I have created this content keeping SQL DBS in my mind. But this question applies to DBS, any legacy DBS, SQL DBS, Oracle DBS, DB2 DBS. DB2 DBS are already killed, right? In our organization, many DB2 DBS don't have a project. They are coming to me and asking, Ramesh, help me with any SQL Server or Postgres or any other. I'm open to take any DBA role, right? So, right, let us, by end of this session, next 30 minutes, right, you will be able to understand whether AI replaces the DBS or transforms the DBS into next level, right? So, AI or ML, right? AI, artificial intelligence and ML are they are basically everywhere, and they are deploying AI agents and automating most of your database routine activities. Automating most of database routine activities. As a DBA, what are all things you'll be performing? Installations, patching, creation of users, configuring backups, configuring high availability solutions like log shipping, mirroring, always on clusters, and migrations. What else we do? These are the main activities, right? If I have a 10 members DBA team, so all the 10 members will be doing these activities. If I have a 2 persons or 3 persons in a shift, their daily routine activities will be checking the ticket queue and ensuring jobs are completed on time, ensuring backups are completed on time, run the patch cycle, quarterly or monthly patch cycle. Whenever you get a build request, install the SQL server, database refreshes, prod to dev, test, right? And all these are regular traditional database admins roles and responsibilities. When all these things are getting automated by AI agents, then what we will do? Obviously, I'll tell you one example. In my current engagement, I'm working for one of the critical customer, where they are moving their entire product from AWS to Azure. Right? I'm working as a database architect for that. In AWS, they have always on setup, 3-node always on. They have close to 30, 40 such setups, right? The requirement is to migrate those always on databases which are there in AWS, EC2 instances to Azure Virtual Machine. So what we are using, we have configured distributed always on. We have configured distributed always on between AWS always on to the newly configured Azure always on, right? Between these two, we have configured distributed availability group, which will take care of all the data migration, and it will be continuously syncing the data from AWS to Azure. The moment application is ready for cutover, we can just do a failover and bring Azure online, AWS becomes standby. After 1 week of cutover, due to some issues, customer says, no, I don't want to continue on Azure. There are some issues. I want to go back to AWS. Just do a failback. Still the data is now reverse flowing from Azure to AWS, right? Do a cutover and bring again AWS back online, point the application to AWS. That's it. No downtime, no downtime, zero downtime. We have 18 terabytes of database in always on. We have migrated that database to Azure with zero downtime. Customer is very impressed, as kind of damn happy. Okay, that is a different story. And why I'm telling this, in this cycle of configuring that from AWS to Azure, we have many activities. First, we need to get a VMs. That VM deployment is automated by Terraform. We get virtual machines with a SQL server installed from Terraform. So we are not installing SQL servers. One role is gone. Installation of the SQL server, that is gone, right? Second, once we get the SQL server, once we get the VMs with the SQL server, we need to perform some SQL related activities, like we need to change the max DOP, we need to change the max memory, and page file configuration, temp DB configuration, all these things we need to do. Everything, all these steps are automated. Once we get the VM, run one PowerShell script by giving the parameter file. In that parameter file, we will have all the configurations. Just run one click PowerShell script. It will go and execute. If I have 5 servers, for all the 5 servers, it will execute in one go. That making those configuration changes, if you do for 5 servers, it will take one full day for one resource. He needs to complete one server, then second server, then third server. In our case, all 5 servers will be completed in 5 minutes. In that 5 minutes, going to PowerShell console and making the parameter change, executing that script will take 3 minutes. The actual change, right? Actual configuration changes will be done in 2 minutes, right? So no manual configurations. Then, right? Windows cluster configurations. Always on setup, taking the backup from the source AWS, copying that to AWS S3, from S3, downloading that backup file to Azure server and restoring that into Azure server with no recovery. Once the full backup is completed, then again it will go to source. It will pick up the new differential backup. It brings the differential backup to target. It restores that differential backup, and then automatically next step is DAG configuration. That is also automated. For all these things, right, only one PowerShell script, main PowerShell script we have created, something like SQL orchestrator. For that, we are going to pass the parameter. If you want to restore the full backup, -operation full backup. It will take full backup and restore. Iphone operation, differential backup. It will take differential backup and restore. iPhone operator, DAG configuration. iPhone operator, log shipping. iPhone operator, DAG cutover, log shipping cutover. Everything is automated, right? Correct? So, yeah. So, everywhere customers are looking for automating whatever the routine activities which we are doing. Not only health check, even build activities like installations, configurations, HA setup, migrations, everything they are expecting automation, right? Routine activities are automated and alerts also, right? This is automated. Enable early intervention of prevent the failures and intelligence tuning. AI basically suggests some of the parameter changes, index tweaks, and query optimizes. So these things, right? If you go to any cloud-based databases like in Azure SQL, in AWS AWS RDS or AWS Aurora, all these things have this AI integrated, and we have this intelligent tuning options enabled. If you go to Azure SQL, there will be performance recommendations. If you go to that performance recommendation, for that database, it will give the recommendations. What are the indexes missing? What are the duplicate indexes? What are the unused indexes? Any partition is required? All those recommendations it is giving automatically, right? So AI agents are getting deployed everywhere, and it is going to automate all our routine database activities, right? So AI is not replacing our DBAs. It is freeing them to focus on high value or more focused strategic responsibilities. You no more required to perform regular backups, user creations and all. So this AI is forcing you, right, to do some advanced activities, right? So AI is giving some recommendations. No customer allows us to, or no customers allows AI to implement those recommendations as it is in any of the environment, right? To review or to evaluate those recommendations, we need strong DBAs, right? It cannot, whatever 100 recommendations that AI is giving, it cannot go and deploy those recommendations as it is. Say an example, if you go to Azure SQL will have so many recommendations. So on the top, there will be a button apply or deploy, right? Nobody will click that button without reviewing each and every recommendation, right? So DBA role is very crucial to review the AI recommendations. And so to design, right, when there is a new application development, right, as a database administrators or database developers, right, we still have to own the database designs, right, based on the customer SLAs, what high availability solution we need to provide, right? So how to if it is a developers or a database architects, right, they need to design the schemas, how many schemas required, how many tables required, what foreign keys required, what primary keys required, what indexes required. Still that modeling and also database architect, this is DBAs. It is more of designing the system and high availability configurations. All those things still be with the DBAs, right? And also when it comes to any warehouse, right, OLTP, OLAP, and also deploying some ETL tools, right? That still required DBAs to step up and take care of those activities, right? To answer the question, so AI is not replacing your role. AI is forcing you to get into advanced DBA role or next gen DBA role. Okay. So as a SQL DBAs, right? So if you want to, So SQL Server 2022 and 2025 is coming up with more advanced AI capabilities, right? Vector search is something which will be used in AI. So in the beginning of the session, I asked the question, right? What is the difference between Google search and your ChatGPT? ChatGPT have this vector search capability, right? It is going to search more relevant results for you, right? So SQL Server 2025 is coming up with vector support, vector data type. So So if any AI application, right, want to use SQL Server as their database technology, this capability is required. Right now, SQL Server 2022, this vector capability is not available, right? So every database technology is now adding this vector feature. Oracle 23 AI, I think that is the upcoming one. So they are adding a vector, and post this, we already have this vector, and also Mongo have this vector capability, right? And it has some indexes also, disk-AN and also semantic sets, which will basically help us to get the more accurate results, right? And we have some model integration and external AI services. You can integrate external AI services like Azure OpenAI, Ulama, right? And there are many open AI models available. So we can integrate those models to our SQL Server 2025. And natural language and Copilot assistance. It is very, very important. Microsoft is promoting this like anything. SQL Server 2025 have this Copilot preview in SSMS, right? In SSMS, you will get, when you install the SSMS, you get a Copilot integrated. You can search, right? So you have a database, the employee database. In employee database, you have 100 tables. So you can open the Copilot. You can just type textually, right? You can type, pull the top 10 employees from EMP table. That's it. You don't need to write any query. You can just write in your own language, right? In English, you can write your requirement, submit, and it's going to pull the data based on your requirement. And if you want to see what query it has picked up in the background, you can see the query also. So that is a level of Copilot integration the Microsoft is adding in upcoming SSMS and also upcoming SQL Server 2025, right? So to understand these things, you need to have a little AI fundamental knowledge that I'll cover in the next slides. So you need to, there are new capabilities like streaming and event hubs and real-time monitoring analytics. All these features are coming up in next version. So let me move on with the next slide, right? So before we go and talk about next, what you need to do or what you need to think, right? Any questions? So what are the career implications and upskilling plans? So before we go there, anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
Am I scaring you guys? Huh?
No, sir.
Right.
Maybe it's an enlightenment to be ready for the future.
Correct. You need to make your mind, right? Like I need to pick up additional things, right? Otherwise, so I am seeing many people, right? When I'm in this session, I got message from one of my reportee, right? Saying that for one of our research, today is last working day, right? When he was in previous project, hundreds of times I've taken personal mentoring and I've told Baba, this is not the way you should work. You need to learn. There are many seniors available. Take help from them. Learn new technologies. Learn some cloud fundamentals, right? Basic things. You don't need to. He said like, no. Somehow he was very reluctant to learn the new things. I clearly told, I'm in Hyderabad. You are from, I think Kurnool. He's from Kurnool. So I told, Baba, come at least 2 days office, right? And sit with some of the seniors. You get some guidance from the seniors. Build your network. This is very, very important, guys. So this is the reason I've created this community also. The current generation of IT, the networking is very, very important. Networking is networking is not your IP address or ping, not that networking, right? Human networking. You need to be in connect with more tech people, right? So SQL DBAs, Azure people, right? Try to join more forums, try to attend more events, right? Get connects, get contacts and connects, right? Tomorrow if you lose your job, at least if you have 10 contacts, 10 good contacts, at least 1 or 2 people gives you an opportunity, right? So I just got a message saying that today is its last working day, right? When there is a time or when there is an opportunity, try to utilize that opportunity, try to utilize that time, right? So he was on bench for more than 30 days. He was such a guy. Even when he is on bench, he never called me. Ramesh, I'm on bench. Can you help me? So there is a proverb, right, in Telugu. Adaganda ammayana pettadu ani, right? If you are not asking, people will have their own priorities. Nobody will think about you, right? If you come and ask, then the people may think about you. If there are any opportunities, they'll try to help you, correct? If you don't ask, people may think that you are least bothered, correct? So try to maintain good relation with your colleagues wherever you are working and maintain good relation with people like me, right? Most of you are maintaining, that's why you are here, okay? So keep that networking is more active, right? Wherever you are in the groups, right? Try to be interactive, try to talk to people, maybe your batch people, right? So 5 years back, you were part of one batch. There may be 10 more people, 15 more people there, right? Try to be in touch with them, understand where they are working, what they are working, how they are working. That basically gives you little more insights how the organizations are moving, right? Then, and one more thing I'll tell. In last August 21st, 22nd, I attended post-test conference in Hyderabad, JNTU, where one guy told, I introduced my team as a SQL DBA team from Cognizant. Hey, SQL DBA is a legacy, right? Are you guys still working as a SQL DBA? That is the kind of question I got, right? So I don't know what to respond on that day, right? I don't want any one of you to get into that embarrassing situation. So that is the reason I'm giving all this gap, right? So to thrive, DBA must, right, keep more than one database skill, at least more than one. SQL DBA plus, not only SQL DBA. Oracle DBA plus, not only Oracle DBA, right? SQL DBA add plus. That means one more technology. SQL DBA plus Postgres, or SQL DBA plus MySQL, SQL DBA plus Mongo, or Oracle DBA plus Postgres, right? Oracle DBA plus MySQL or Mongo. Why I put this combination? One RDBMS, one open source RDBMS, and one NoSQL database management system. Right? So you already have a SQL DBA, SQL Server, that is RDBMS. On top of that, learn any one of these, MySQL or Postgres, right? If you learn one database technology like Postgres or MySQL or Oracle, it is very easy for you to learn another database technology in Linux. You will have a struggle only for first database product that you are learning on Linux, right? And also the cloud native databases like Azure SQL, Azure Cosmos, and then when it comes to AWS, RDS, Aurora, when it comes to Google Cloud, Cloud SQL, AllyDB, these are the cloud native technologies, right? Keep learning something. Every day you need to learn something new, right? Pick up one technology, Postgres or MySQL, and put your plan of action, right? How should I become kind of a L1 efficient in 1 month? So in PostgreSQL, what are all the L1 activities are there, right? You are a SQL DBA, you know general DBA activities, you know how to install the SQL Server. Relevant or equivalent, how to install Postgres. Learn how to install Postgres. You know how to upgrade SQL Server. Learn how to upgrade Postgres. You know how to take backups in SQL Server. Learn how to take backup in Postgres. Map, right? Topic to topic. It is easy for you to learn, right? And it is current skill plus one. That is the target. Current skill plus one database technology, and learn AI fundamentals. If you go to internet, there are many free resources available to learn basic AI ML, right? Maybe 4 hours course or 5 hours course. Even if you go to Udemy or any other learning platform, for 500 or maybe even less than 500, you will get a AI course, right? And you need to learn cloud technologies like Azure, AWS, GCP, OCA, at least one cloud technologies. No need to learn all the 4 technologies. The person who gets familiar with one cloud technology, he can learn other cloud technologies very easy, at least AWS and GCP. One familiarized with the Azure, they can easily adopt to AWS and GCP. OCA is little difficult. Try to gain this knowledge on. Nobody expects you to become an expert in DevOps, and nobody expects you to become an expert in IAC or security or compliance, right? But you should have a fundamental knowledge. The more knowledge you gain on these technologies, the more strong your profile becomes, right? So at least you should have a basic knowledge, right? So in Azure or in your database, developers wants to run some query. Right now, as a DBA, as a production DBA, you are taking that query and going into that server and running that query manually. That is not a best practice, right? You need to orchestrate that query execution through the CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment. The developer will deploy that code into code repository. From there, with your DevOps knowledge, you just have to run one CI/CD pipeline. It will go to that corresponding database and it will execute that query. No manual intervention. It will be automatically done, right? And try to focus on the certifications like Azure or AWS, advanced your SQL Server, right? And AA fundamentals, right? So these are the must requirements for the next gen DBAs. Let me go to next. So despite of automation, DBAs are not absolute. So this, to answer your question, DBA role is not getting vanished, right? DBA role is not DBA role is irreplaceable. It is not replaceable, right? So try to get more skills, right? Recruiters, if you put your resume, recruiters see only SQL DBA, they'll keep your resume aside. They look for some advanced skills like cloud, Azure, automation, DevOps, some security, PowerShell, scripting, all those knowledge they are looking for. Okay? So it is not end of the DBA, it is just a transformation, right? Learn SQL Server 2022 and 2025 advanced features, right? Learn Azure SQL, Azure MI, that is must for you, right? As a SQL DBA, if you say that you don't have knowledge, you don't have experience in Azure SQL and MI, so nobody will consider, right? Try to build skill on automation, DevOps, right? All these areas, and try to get some AI knowledge, right? AI fundamental knowledge, and try to think, right, where you can use this AI, right? You don't need to implement any AI solution in your account or in your project. You can give an idea that AI developer will come and implement, right? Idea can be anything. There is no technical knowledge required to give an idea, right? You are getting 100 service requests every day. So I need an AI agent to understand what are those service requests and give a recommendation what are all the service requests can be automated through AI agent. That's a simple idea, correct? So next gen DBA, this is my definition of next gen DBAs, right? So more than one database skill and cloud knowledge, any one cloud, AWS, Azure or GCP, preferably for you guys, Azure or AWS, right? Azure for SQL DBAs, AWS for Oracle DBAs. PowerShell scripting mandatory for us SQL DBAs. PowerShell is mandatory. Python is optional. Linux is mandatory for Oracle DBAs. Basic DevOps, it is mandatory for both SQL DBAs and Oracle DBAs. In fact, any DBAs, right? So any next-gen DBA, if you want to call yourself as a next-gen DBA, this is the skill set should be there in your profile, right? At least PowerShell, at least you should know, you should have mid-level knowledge, right? You should be able to tell regular commands, right? Whatever you use in your day-to-day DBA life, right? So, and finally, somebody, it's a long gap, right? Somebody want to see my face. This is how I look right now. I'm a database architect. I call myself as the next gen database architect. I have all the skills: SQL Server, Postgres, MySQL, Cosmos, and I worked on all the three clouds. I have expert knowledge in PowerShell and Azure DevOps and data engineering. I have kind of L1, L2 knowledge. That is the area I'm focusing right now. So this is all about what will be the future of the DBAs. It can be a SQL DBA or Oracle DBA. So anybody, any questions? Any questions?
No,
Sir, if it is possible, will you take a session on SQL 2025, sir?
Yeah.
Along with
In fact,
Postgres.
I have delivered one session on SQL 2025 in our organization for entire the database community. And also I've run one DBA community, DBA day, right? Full day workshop I've conducted for all the Hyderabad DBAs who are working in our organization. Yeah, I can take one session for 2025. Right. So if anybody are interested for any of these new technologies, interested to learn, so we are actively training Postgres, SQL, and pretty soon we may come up with Cosmos and MySQL. But Postgres, we're actively training. If anybody interested to learn Postgres, they can reach out to me or reach out to Rajesh, right? And on top of all these things, right, whoever is learning Postgres, for them, Linux is must technology. Basic Linux fundamentals are very, very important. With that, I have planned something else as well, right? There is a small quiz to test your Linux knowledge. Whoever want to participate in this quiz, right? They can scan this QR in your mobile. Anybody interested? Just scan it and enter your name. Once I start the quiz, you will get the question in your mobile. You can answer. Somebody unlucky. Unlucky space, Cool King, Foolish Fire. You can enter your names, right? Yes. How would I know who is who? Naga, yeah. Now people are entering. Deepak, 12 people. Mr. Money, Sayad. Lucky pig, please change the name. Madhu, Praveen. There are 20 participants, 22, 26. It is basic Linux fundamentals. You'll have 8 questions and it will automatically announces for each question. It will announce the winner who is on the top. 25 participants, 26, 26, 26. Let's wait for 1 minute. 25, somebody dropped. 46. Good, all the new people only I'm taking. Tiger DBA. Wow. Can we start? 27. Let's get 30 at least. We have total 60 participants in the session. Let us play with 30 participants. Once I start the game, then you will not be able to join. $29. Who is that lucky lost guy? 30, 31, 32, Good. Let us start the game. Right? You will get your question in the mobile. Start the game. You can see the question on the screen as well, and also you can see the question in mobile also. Where is that? Yeah. The first question is coming. Which command is used to list the directories? It will count your time also. The first, whoever answers the first, he will get on the top. So whoever is answering now, they'll get 570, 530, right? 487, 430, done. What is the answer? Let us see who answers last.
LS.
Let us see who is on the top. First, Tiger DBA. May I know the name? Tiger DBA. What command is used to change the directory? Fast. Syed is fast, 974. Tiger DBA got 1000. Now the Syed will come on top. CD is the command, change directory. So who is on the lead? Still no. Yeah, Syed is on top with 1974 and Tiger DBA on the second place. What is the command to use to remove the files? Having fun, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remove the files, RM. So let us see who is the new leader. Who is on top? RM is the command is used to delete the files. So now Syed still holds the first place, 2974. Tiger DBA second, Deepak third. What is the command used to create a new directory? MKDIR. Okay. So last question will have a double points, right? So whoever is on top, right, if they answer, if they put incorrect answer for last question, then still Syed on top, 3974, Deepak on third place. Which command is used to display current directory? Is all this covered in our Linux session? Yes, whoever is attending latest and previous posted session, all this covered?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, PWD. Let us see. Jitender is on top, I think now 3670. How many questions are done? Okay, Tiger is going down now. Gone. Incorrect answer, Mr. Tiger DBA. What is the command used to move or rename the file? Little tricky question. Today morning, yesterday evening I covered this session. 6 questions done. Only 2 more questions. MV. CP is for copy, MV is for move. Praveen Kumar. Sayed's man gone. Vasudeva Reddy on top. See here. Last question, I think you'll have okay, 7th question. Which command is used to copy? People get confused between copy and move. That's what happened with the 6th question, I think. So let us see who is on the top. Whoever were there until 50% of the quiz on the top, now they are no more exist in the top. Now still Vasudeva Reddy leading, Naga leading. All these are new people who doesn't have a Linux knowledge. They started learning. Vasudeva Reddy, double points, 2000 points for this question. What command is used to display the content of a file? 30 people, very fast. People are like a cat. See who is the winner. Top 3. We'll announce top 3 winners. Top 3. Is that? Jitendra. Congratulations, Jitendra. Second, Praveen Kumar. Third, Naga. Good man. Naga is the new guy. Who is Naga, Jitendra? I think Praveen Kumar is already Oracle DBA. Naga and Jitendra, they started learning Linux recently. For Naga, I think only few days of sessions, right? William not accepted, man, 23rd place. Guru Sai not accepted, 27th place. Done. Good. Thank you for active participation. We'll try to have this kind of sessions and we'll try to conduct more such quizzes, right, on Linux and Postgres and any other technologies. So, okay, all good. Happy with the session? Anybody want to give the feedback? Few words about the session?
Thank you, Ramesh sir. It was very enlightening, and I have been in association with sir for almost 4 years now. He was there with me in every step I have taken. Today, wherever I am standing is because of only him. So whoever is new to this, I can say you are in the best place. He is a very good mentor. Please trust him, follow his suggestions, and all the best.
Thank you, Shanu, for good words. Anybody else? At least say thank you, guys. I spent 1 hour for the community, right?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Is it useful?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Your responses based on your feedback, right? I can conduct more such sessions or more such events, right? Okay, thank you all. Thank you so much for joining and participating more energetically, enthusiastically, right? Again, final words or final takeaway. Keep learning, bag more database technologies, and have a cloud skill, scripting knowledge, and also a bit of AI and DevOps. So,
Yeah, last hour,
okay. So if you keep this skill set, your job is safe, right? Your job is safe, and you will get more opportunities. You will not require to worry about the market, not required to worry about your current position, right? Thank you all. With that, signing off. Thank you so much. Good night. Have a great weekend.
Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye, sir.